Hello everybody, myself Ritik Kudalkar. So in today's video, I'll be telling you about the various scope that you can get when you're into architecture field. So I've always been said by my faculty that architecture, the course itself, is a very strong base. No matter what you're going to go ahead and do in life. Even if you have to deviate from this field and go to another field, still it will give you a very strong base. Now, what do they actually mean is that because this particular course is of 5 years, you have been rubbed against like so much. Well, rubbed against in the sense you have to toil and hard work so much in this entire course that it already builds you mentally, physically, emotionally. There's so many deadlines, so many assignments, time constraints. You have to sleep hardly for some hours to complete certain assignments. It's obviously not a cakewalk. Obviously, a whole journey that involves a lot of struggles and hardships. So when you do this, when you get yourself through this 5 years course, you're already ready to face the world and to face the different kind of challenges that life will throw on you because you have already gone through so much during your college days. So that's what probably they meant when they said that you get a strong base when you do this course. After this, the another thing is that when you do architecture, since it's a design field, there are also a lot of people who want to go to fashion designing, jewelry designing, interior designing. It is most recommended that if you go for architecture, go for architecture, don't go for allied fields. Because if you're doing architecture and going for interior designing, then you could have probably gone for the 3 years course because interior designing has a proper 3 years course, which it doesn't involve a lot of architecture base in it. At the same time, it's giving you what you need to become an interior designer. And this is most recommended that if you're doing for architecture, then don't go for interior designing. Do it along with it, but don't just do that. But at the same time, because an architect is actually trained to design a space, we also have a better knowledge in terms of the color palette. So, when you're doing even makeup for that instance, what is needed is color palette. You should have a good knowledge about colors, and when you're doing architecture, you're taught about color palette. You're also taught about what shades, what tints, what colors go good together, primary colors, secondary colors, etc. So even for the basic thing like dressing up, a basic thing like doing your makeup, you can get better in terms of creating it visually because now you know which two colors can go good with each other, and your sense of color and your sense of visual composition is way more better than any other common person who is not probably trained in the fields of colors composition, etc. So you're already well versed with these things in the college itself. Of course, so with that, you're good with makeup, you're good with dressing, you're good with fashion. You're also good with understanding how of space. Even if it's like decluttering your space, you know how to organize it well. It also helps in the smallest day to day life things. You know how to declutter and keep the things in a better manner. You know what piece of furniture will go well and will best suit for the space. Also, along with that, some people are good with music. I've seen one of my seniors who have become an extraordinary great singer after he did architecture course, which was probably his decision or not his decision. He ended up becoming a singer and he's so good in his field. Again, when you talk about the field of a singer, it has got hardships because there are so many singers out there. If you don't have a godfather, you have to work through so much. You have to practice, rehearsal, etc., to get to a position that you want to reach. So this guy, because he's done architecture, it was easier for him to live life being a musician. Again, the kind of notes and quotes. I've also been said by my teachers that architecture is like an art form. It's like music because we have these ups and downs, rhythms and patterns, and these things exist in every field of art and creative space, no matter what. So, any creative field that you want to enter in, this is like a very, very strong base. No matter if it's writing, journalism, architecture journalism, it's like such a good field where you can enter in, you can explore your writing, your way of expression. Even if you're into dancing or even if you're into acting or any field of art. Architecture basically trains you mentally, psychologically, physically to be good in those fields. And yeah, that is also how this field is making you better. So, when you are an architect, or you can probably easily dwell into other fields that you have an interest in. Now, of course, if you're not good at singing, you cannot just simply go into it and just be like, oh, my senior did it, I can also do it. It's not like that. But it will definitely give you the courage and the enthusiasm, the spirit to work hard and make it big in the field. So, well, that is about it. So, there are a lot of fields that we are having a upper hand on. So, that's about it, guys. See you in my next video. Till then, see ya.